No fewer than 50 children have been rescued from an underground apartment in a church in Ondo Town, Ondo State. Clearview TV gathered that the children were abducted and kept in the underground cells. The pastor of the church and other accomplices have been arrested by police detectives in the town. The abducted children were seen in a police patrol vehicle which conveyed them to the police station. The pastor and some members of the church under arrest were also in the patrol van of the police. Spokesperson for the police command in the state, Fumi Odunlami, confirmed the discovery by police detectives. Odunlami said the victims had been taken to the Akure headquarters of the command. Students from the 19 northern states of Nigeria have protested the lingering ASU strike in Jalingo, the Taraba state capital, under the auspices of the coalition of northern groups students. The undergraduates are asking traditional rulers, civil society organizations, and governments at all levels to urgently intervene and end the strike. The protests followed the inability of the federal government to resolve the ongoing strike by members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, which has entered its fifth month. The exasperated students, while rallying for their cause, barricaded the ever-busy Jalingo Express, a situation that caused gridlock for motorists. In Lagos State, commercial bus drivers say they will only support and vote for candidates who have their interests at heart and will help put a stop to all manner of extortion on the highway by security operatives. The bus operators made this position known at a forum to mark the 2022 International Day of Support for Victims of Torture. The drivers described their daily experience on the roads as harrowing and blamed it on bad governance.
When I load in the garage, out of the passenger, they will collect like 4 passengers' money. It can be as much as 25 checkpoints for this. Yes, which they are collecting this 100 naira. By the time you had that 3235 to 2000, making 5,000 plus. Mind you, out of how many passenger, and when you from Badagry to Mile 2, whether you like it or not, you have to buy fuel of 4,000 naira. Where is our own? Where is our own? The bus will break down, we will repair it. Police was on the road collecting their own. Last month, if care is not taken, they will block you.
One of the guest speakers lamented the level of torture meted on innocent Nigerians by terrorists and other non-state actors on the roads and urged Nigerians to voice out their displeasure on social media and to also ensure they use their PVCs to vote out bad leaders during the forthcoming elections.
Some state actors have been given so much power that the state cannot control. The state cannot control terrorists. The state cannot curb Boko Haram. The state cannot control even the Agberos. What we are saying today is to join our voice with that of United Nations to say no to torture, to say the government should do everything to make sure that torture comes to an end.
So we must, in our daily life, either in school, in our motor parks, religious gatherings, wherever we find ourselves, we must be humane. And this element of torture, I also want our institutions to learn from this, because getting people, to confess to a crime they did not even commit, or to the one that they've committed, torture must not be used. People should voluntarily, give evidence. So the government must be more responsive and responsible in ensuring that laws are obeyed, and then institutions that take care of human beings, like the police, must ensure that they obey the law.
Police in Ebonyi State have paraded personnel of the regional security outfit of Bibagu as part of a suspected armed robbery syndicate. Vincent Njoko and a middle-aged woman, Amara Enyidia, were among the four suspects alleged to be members of the robbery gang, which specializes in stealing vehicles and motorcycles at gunpoint from the neighboring states. Police Public Relations Officer SB Chris Anyanwu told journalists at the command's headquarters that the suspects were arrested at Uburu in Ohaosara local government area of the state.
Including a woman and even a personnel of the Bubago local security outfit here. He's actually the one that confessed the crime and gave us relevant information as to where they keep the vehicles they steal. And they said they have a master, a native doctor in Isu, Onisha local government area, who prepares them with charms each time they are going for an operation. Um, we recovered the motorcycle that was being negotiated for sale from the female suspect.
This, sir.
Okay, you have no what is your involvement with
My
them?
involvement in them is that one of my brother went and stole bike at Enugu. At, he came now and said it to my auntie, and I'm the one that stand as a witness to give her receipt. He don't want to give her receipt. Then I went to my commandant. He's turning me down. Then the day I arrested him, I took him to division. When the division now arrested, including me, because that's my prime. And because
Also in the police net is one 18-year-old Chibuna Ali, a native of Izama in Iza local government area. He is being accused of belonging to the outlawed Eastern Security Network, ESN, the militant wing of the proscribed separatist agitation group, IPOB. Police authorities say Chibuna was arrested on 30th of June 2022 when a tactical team of the force stormed a suspected camp in a remote location in Oruzo village, Izan North Local Council. The suspects will be charged to court pending the completion of investigations. One of the Chibok schoolgirls abducted by Boko Haram terrorists on April 14, 2014 has shared how she escaped from captivity after 8 years. The insurgents had stormed Government Girls Secondary School, Chibok, Borno State, where they whisked away over 250 girls who were writing their final exams at the time. Having fled the terrorist enclave in Borno State, she was eventually discovered by troops of the Nigerian Army on June 29, 2 days after she addressed journalists, where she narrated her ordeals at the hands of the terrorists. The victim, who gave her name as Ruth Beatrice, said she had to trek for 3 days in the Sambisa forest before help came to her by troops of the 21 Armored Brigade Bama. According to Ruth, her husband was killed by an improvised explosive device while he was trying to plant a bomb. The distraught mother explained that she took some food with her, which she used in feeding the child within the 3-day period. Beatrice's rescue comes 2 weeks after troops rescued two other Chibok schoolgirls, Mary Dowda and Hawa Joseph, after they escaped from Gazua camp located at about 9 kilometers to Bama local government area of Borno State. Their escape followed sustained massive offensive by the troops of Operation Hatinkai, leading to hunger and displacements in the terrorists' enclaves. Of the over 200 schoolgirls abducted by the terrorists in 2014, more than 100 of them are still unaccounted for 8 years after their kidnapping.